Hello. I decided I want to create a video today. And today is a special day. It's February 28th, 2025. And all seven of planets are aligning. So, in this planetary alignment, I have been thinking about the heavens and our journey here on this human dimension. And I wanted to share a little bit about that with you, a kind of a perspective that might help you to gauge where you are and where you want to be on this journey of remembering who we are and why we came. Because that's, in essence, that's why we came here. So many of you may already be aware, but we each chose to come to Earth. And we chose a blueprint of what it is we wanted to accomplish here on earth according to what we wanted to learn and what our soul needs. And this is our contribution to human evolution. Now, for some people, that's new information. You're like, hell no, I didn't choose that. No, I didn't choose all this trauma and drama. Well, it's okay if you're not on board with that. I just want to give you a perspective because, your truth can be true for you. And, well, there could be other truths that may be more freeing. So if this is correct, that we chose our lifetime and what it is we came here to learn, then all of those tragedies and mistakes and traumas are actually just lessons. And we can use them to grow and advance. So, what I've noticed is, first of all, understand that in order to heal something, you must experience it first. And whatever you heal, it's your contribution to humanity's evolution. So, some of you have been through some rough stuff. Sorry about that. It's not been easy. But the truth is you're superheroes. You chose some difficult journey. And every time you go through that, you get stronger and you get more alive. So I'm looking at my own life and other people's lives, and I'm noticing that in the beginning, like before we were aware of these things about self-love and expansion and the spiritual journey, well, we go through all this stuff, and then we may one day come to, like I did, like, oh, I give up. I'm just giving up everything I ever believed, good, bad, right, wrong, tradition, religion. I'm going to the I don't know. And I started this journey like being flung off into outer space. I didn't know anybody who was doing anything like that except Corey, and he was on the other side of the United States in a federal prison. And from there, he began to teach me because he was going through a transformation. And so, yeah, I think about like this 3D reality being human, and it's pretty dense reality. So we forget who we are when we come in. We forget that we're actually light and source, that we're God in costume. And we have a mission here. And our job here is to remember who we are and why we came. But that's hard to remember when you're going through a lot of stuff. And so we become skeptical, we become victims, and we go around and around and we get stuck in this story of poor me and so did me so wrong. That's okay to feel that way. But if you stay there, you're not going anywhere, and you're just going to keep suffering and reliving all that trauma. And I know you don't like that. So instead, this is what I do, what I've learned to do. It didn't come easily, but I learned to do it. Every time something happened, every time somebody triggered me, every time something happened that it looked like, why me? This is not fun. This is not good. This is terrible. I would just stop and I say, now, what in me wants my love and attention now? And I start getting real still and real present about the feelings in me. that are ready to be brought into the light. And I do that, and I love and accept those feelings as they arise. So then I'm also thinking, now what can I learn from this experience? And I choose forgiveness, and I choose grace for myself and for others, because I realize, well, they're just going through their stuff too, and they're just reacting to that. So I don't react. I just go inward, and I find out what wants my love and attention. And then I go ahead and go about my journey and respond accordingly to other people, according to, maybe it's just like I go my way and you go yours, or whatever. I just choose that I'm not going to get stuck in victim mentality. So in the beginning, it felt like I would have these amazing experiences, and I was remembering who I was, and it was like I was poking my head up into the heavens, like, oh, this is great. Look at that. I am love. I am a divine being. And then poof, something happens, and I get all caught up in my story and I go around and around, and I'm like, oh, this being human is hard. Which, by the way, if you keep saying being human is so hard, that is your reality. It becomes your reality. At a certain point, you realize that, and you're like, no, it's not hard. It's not hard. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about, because each time that you use your life experiences, by the way, if life is not happening to you, it's happening for you. When you realize that and you start using those triggers to come and work with yourself and love yourself more, love those parts of yourself more, then you start switching things around. You start remembering who you are. Who are you? You are a divine, limitless being. You are love itself in a human body, sent here to bring this part of you, this human part of you that feels so separate from love and life, back into love. That's your job. It's not here so we can just have, the husband and the kids and the picket fence and the nice job and blah, blah, blah. I mean, you can have all that, but really we came here to remember who we are and to evolve human consciousness. And it's fun when you do that, but it's also, it has some challenges. But realizing those challenges are just like working out at the gym. Yeah, and every time you lift a heavy weight and a big trauma, and you make it through that, you get stronger, and it gets easier, because you stop operating from just this limited human logic, resources, and ability and body and thinking. And you start realizing, wait a minute, anything is possible for me. I am a divine, limitless being. So every time you do that, you love yourself, you open a little bit more and you poke your head up a little bit more. And so after a while, you're no longer just poking your head up and having these isolated experiences of who you are. You start realizing, oh, this is me. Now this is fun. Because, this is all a game here. And I'm looking at it all from this heavenly perspective. And I'm like, this is a game. And I know how to play this game because I made the game up. This is fun. And every challenge becomes just that, a challenge and an opportunity to grow and to love yourself more and to evolve consciousness and to serve humanity. So I like to think of myself as this like house of love. And imagine this house is built like with steel frame, and it's just like solid. And no matter what the weather is, no matter what may come that way, it's not going to alter this frame of love. And so I think about that when I'm going through a difficult time. I'm like, hold your frame, Denise. Hold your frame. It's okay to feel out of control. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. But at the same time, above that, you're there to observe and hold that human that feels so out of control and angry and upset in your embrace. You're here to say it's okay. Feel it all, but know that we are going to make it through this. This is just an illusion. It looks like you're separate from love and life, but it's not true. So hold your frame. Hold your frame, which is the love that you are. Don't forget. Don't just keep poking your head up in the heavens. Be that heaven. Be that source energy, which is what you are, who you are. It's who you are. And when you remember that, oh, it's just a game that we're here to play. And it's fun. And it's not hard. It's not hard to be God. Can you imagine God saying, oh, I can't do that. It's just so hard. No, you're part of that. You're connected together with all that is as that source energy. And so you look at something, you're like, well, here we go again. We get another opportunity to love parts of ourselves that feel separate from love and life. Yes. And then life becomes more fun and more graceful. So I hope that helps you in your journey. And I love you so much.